60-106 with the Tate Pipeline Safety Agreement. The agreement without certification, Secretary of Transportation does not receive certification of 60105 with the tab of the Secretary of the Made Agreement of the State Authority, including municipality with the agreement that is applied with the interstate with the gas pipeline transportation and authorization necessary action that each of the agreement establish an adequate program of the record, maintenance, the reporting, inspection, the design, and the complying with the applicable safety standard of the prescribed in this chapter, prescribed to receive the approval of the plan with the inspection maintenance within substantial is the same the requirement 60108 and B with its towel agreements of the certification in general with the Secretary applicable with the certification in section 60105 of the with the determination required on the subsection. Secretary make an agreement with the state authority with the, and participate in the oversight of the interstate with the pipeline and transportation. Each such agreement should include the plan with the state authority participate in the special investigation involving the incident with the new construction and other allow state authority to participate in the activity overseeing with the interstate with the pipeline transportation to assume the additional inspection and investigatory duties. Nothing section modified 60104 C with the authority of the secretary delegate with the enforcement of the safety standard of the interstate pipeline facility prescribed under this chapter for the state authority. Determination requirement that the secretary may not enter the agreement with the under the subsection unless the secretary determines the writing that A, the agreement allow with the participation of the state authority consistent with the secondary program and inspection consistent with the statute policy, the provisions and provided with this chapter. Interstate participation agreement that would not adversely affect the effectively oversight of the responsible of the interstate with the pipeline transportation state authority. State carrying out of the program demonstrate with the promote with the prevention the risk of prevention and the activities enable the community with the life with the safely with the pipeline. D state with the minimum meets the requirements stated. One call notification set forth in chapter 61. The action of the plan with the agreement that would not impede interstate commerce or jeopardize public safety. Existing agreements. If requested for the state authority, the secretary shall authorize the state authority which have the interstate with agreement effective January 31st, 1999, to oversee the interstate with the pipeline transportation pursuant with the term of the agreement. The secretary determine the state of the meet with the requirement of the paragraph 2 with the execute of the new agreement under December 31st, 2003, whichever the same with the noting nothing in the paragraph shall prevent the secretary of the authority in the state of the hearing with the opportunity to correct and allocate deficiency determination of the agreement that effective before the enactment of the Pipeline Safety Improvement Act of 2002. State authorities fail to comply with the terms of the agreement, implementation agreement that result of the gap of the oversight of the responsible interstate of the pipeline transportation state authority, continued participation state authority oversight of the interstate pipeline transportation had adversely impacted the pipeline safety. 4. Notice that upon denial of the state authority request the interstate of the government agreement under the section secretary define that if the such request the secretary provide with the notification state authority with the denial includes explanation reasonable such of such denial. Notification general that each of the agreement shall require the state authority to notify the secretary promptly with a violation, probable violation, applicable safety standard that discovers the result of the action taken to carry out the agreement under the section. 2. Responsible secretary of the state authority notify the secretary in paragraph 1 of the violation, probable violation, applicable safety standard, secretary no later than 60 days of the day of the receipt. Notification shall issue an order provided under section 601:18. B. To take the further appropriate enforcement action for the ensure the compliance with the chapter by the state authority with a written explanation by the secretary determined to take such action monitoring the secretary monitor the safety program and subsection of the subsection ensure the proper program comply with the agreement with the state authority shall cooperate with the secretary under subsection ending the agreement the permissive determination secretary may end the agreement under the section when the secretary finds the state authority has not complied with the provision of the agreement. The implementation of such agreement has the result of the gap of the oversight of the responsibility interstate pipeline transportation by state authority. State actions opponent of the agreement that have failed to meet the requirements of the subsection B. The continued participation state authority over the oversight of the interstate pipeline transportation when not promote pipeline safety. Procedural requirement: the safety secretary shall give the opportunity hearing the state authority before ending with agreement with the section. The secretary provide the state the opportunity to correct any deficiencies. Ending with agreement of finding the decision. The end of the agreement with the published with the Federal Registry may not become effective at least 15 days after the date of publication. The secretary finds continuing edge agreement and proposes that the imminent has joint inspector request that the state authority secretary shall allow certified oath of the state authority under section 60105 to participate in the inspection of the interstate pipeline facility. Then it goes into public law, historical reservations, references to the amendment 60107, state pipeline safety grants.